I promised to give you the tea on my date with Rory, aka last night's maths intruder, who was Jacqui's alternate match. So here it is. So one weekend, I'm down in Melbourne for work. I go into this cafe, I meet two of my friends, and I see this guy sitting across from me. Very handsome. That guy happens to be Rory. I'm obviously listening to his conversation because I'm like, how do I get this guy's attention? I pick up that he's in sports media, so I start talking really loudly about sports, which I have zero interest in. We sort of make eye contact. After a while, I was like to my friends, okay, I need to give this guy my number somehow. So I write my number on a napkin and I end up chickening out. I'm too scared to give it to him. I go to the bathroom, I come back, and the man is gone, vanished into thin air. I was like to my friends, what the hell happened? And they were like, he literally just left, Amy. Chance is gone. You missed it. A couple of minutes later, he comes back. I think, oh my God, this is my sign. But again, I pussy out. I was too nervous. Okay, so this guy, I don't want to give him too much credit, but very good looking. And when I saw him, he either had a bit more stubble or a moustache. I don't know, whatever it was working for him. I wasn't actually with two friends. I was with my sister and another friend. Anyway, my friend left. My sister and I wrapping up our meal. Eventually we leave and we sort of loiter outside. And my sister was like, Amy, give me the napkin. I'm going to go give it to the waiter and get the waiter to give it to Rory. I was like, okay. So the waiter gives it to Rory. It just said, hey, my name's Amy, aka the hot sister. You can find me on Instagram. Here's my number, text me. So I had my Instagram on there. A couple of hours go by. I think, okay, whatever. He wasn't interested. And then eventually that afternoon, I get a text. So we start messaging back and forth. He tells me that he's not from Melbourne, nor am I, so whatever. He was like, yeah, I'm from Adelaide. I'm only here for a couple of days. Did you want to get a drink? I was like, sure. The next day goes by. We'd planned to meet that night. I hadn't heard from him. So I was thinking, okay, well, maybe he's not keen. And then that afternoon, he messaged me and he was like, hey, sorry, I've been MIA. I was actually at a funeral all day. Did you still want to get that drink? And I was like, oh, we don't have to go if you're not in the right headspace. And he was like, no, I think I really need some cheering up. Anyway, because I'd been talking loudly about sports, he was like, did you want to go to a sports bar and watch some game? I was like, totally. So we meet at this sports bar. Thank God it was apparently terrible. He met me outside. He was like, I don't even want to go in. It's embarrassing. Like, it's so bad and you can't even hear the sports. And I was like, oh, damn. What a shame. We end up walking to this little bar down the road. Turns out we walked into a closed party. We didn't realize it was some uni party that was on that night. Totally missed the sign that was very clearly on the door. We ended up having a really fun night together. He was a really nice guy by all accounts. He actually was a little bit dorky. How do I explain this? I don't want to say lemon, but if the shoe fits, Anyway, didn't hear from him again. The next day, he actually unfollowed me on Instagram, which I thought was weird because why would you not want to follow my journey? But anyway, forgot about him until I see him pop up on my screen and my sister messaged me and was like, Amy, this is the Rory that you went on the date with in Melbourne. And I was like, oh my God, the maths gods have given me a gift. So from my experience, nice guy, nothing wrong with him. However, today I get a DM from a girl who asks me, when did I go on this date? So I told her the exact date and time frame. Turns out she was dating him at that exact point in time. So not such a nice guy after all. Am I surprised? Absolutely not. But there you go. That's my story about Rory from maths.